all of Sondheim's shows were not hits. Hard to believe, but he had one show called Merrily We Roll Along, and it lasted 16 performances, 2 weeks. Then he had another one called Marry Me a Little, and that was also a flop. But the music was always wonderful. And Sondheim, I don't know if everyone knows this, or anyone knows this, I didn't know it, but he did a lot of things. Way back in the 50s, he used to write TV episodes for the show, some of you remember, a show called Topper. He wrote episodes for that. He wrote songs for a TV special called Evening Primrose in '66. He wrote the musical score for the movies Reds and Dick Tracy with Warren Beatty. And he won another Grammy for Madonna's hit song, Sooner or Later. In 1988, he had the great show, one of my favorites, called Into the Woods. So we've put some songs together from those shows, and this section will feature Doug Baker, Natalie Carson, Sidney Story, Lisa Davis, and right now, Miss Felice Garcia.
Be mine. Sooner or later you're gonna be fine. Baby, it's time that you faced it. I always get my man. Sooner or later you're gonna decide. Sooner or later there's no place to hide. Baby, it's time, so I waste it on chatter. Let's settle the matter. Baby, a man on a platter. I always get my man. But if you insist, babe, the challenge delights me. It excites me, and no one I've kissed, babe, ever fights me again. If you're on my list, it's just a question when I get a yen, then baby I'm counting to 10, I'm gonna love you like nothing you've known. I'm gonna love you and you alone. Sooner is better than later, but lover, I'll hover, I'll plan. This time I'm not only getting, I'm holding my man. Sooner is better than later, but lover, I'll hover, I'll plan. This time I'm not only getting, I'm holding my man.
Okay, what's next? Anyone
can whistle, that's what they say. Easy. Anyone can whistle any old day. Easy. It's all so simple. Relax, let go, let fly. So someone tell me why can't I can dance the tango, I can read Greek. Easy. I can slay a dragon, I do it all week. Easy. What's hard is simple. What's natural comes hard. Maybe you could show me how to let go, lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle for hard. Maybe if you show me how to let go, lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle for
This next song is a song that probably no one knows, or very few people know. Sondheim wrote this for a 1966 television play that was only seen once, and a couple of songs have become known, especially to cult Sondheim people. And it's a song that was written, the movie was about a group of people who live in a department store. And during the day, when the customers come in, they're mannequins. And then at night, they become alive. But these people that live in the store have never been outside. So this next song, which is going to be sung by Lisa Davis, is about, from that perspective, wanting to see the world. The very first show that Sondheim wrote both the words and the music for was A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum in 1962, starring Zero Mostel. And it's a play that takes place in Roman times, but there's one song that I think is just as relevant in today's world. So as we're doing this song, I just want you to think about two words: Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Maids like me. I'm neat. I like maids, they're neat. Something no household should be without. Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a working girl. Everybody ought to have a lurking girl to putter around the house. Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a menial, consistently congenial, and quite a mouse. Oh, wouldn't she be delicious, tidying up the dishes, neat as a pin? Oh, wouldn't she be delightful, sweeping out, sleeping in? Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone whom you hire when you're short of help, to offer you the sort of help you never get from a spouse. Fluttering up the stairway, shuttering up the window, fluttering up the bedroom, fluttering up the master, fluttering all around the house. A maid. Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a serving girl, a loyal and unswerving girl, who's quieter than a mouse. Oh, think of her at the dustbin, especially when she's just been traipsing about. Oh, wouldn't she be delightful, living in, giving out? Everybody ought to have a maid, tidily collecting bits of paper and strings, appealing in her apron strings, beguiling in her blouse, clattering through the attic, shattering in the cellar, clattering in the kitchen, clattering in the bedroom, clattering all around the house. The house. The house. The house. A maid. Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone who's efficient and reliable, obedient and pliable, and quieter than a mouse. Oh, wouldn't she be so nimble, silly with a thimble, bending a gown? Oh, wouldn't she be delightful, leaning up, leaning down? Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone who'd be busy as a bumblebee, and even if you crumblebee, as graceful as a grouse. Wriggling in the anteroom, jiggling in the living room, giggling in the dining room, wheeling in the other rooms, puttering all around the house. The house. The house. The house.
I know you're probably expecting one more, but
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair, sending the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. Where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe next year. The sun comes up, I think about you. The coffee cup, I think about you. I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. The morning ends, I think about you. I talk to friends and think about you. And do they know it's like I'm losing my mind. All afternoon doing every little chore. The thought of you stays right. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights and think about you. Spend sleepless nights to think about you. You said you loved me. Or were you just being kind?